Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 18 of the 30-day Renewing Your Mind Challenge. I'm so glad that you jumped on again today. It is just going to get better and better and better. This is all about being able to have the mind that's going to help us overcome in no matter what circumstances we're in. And we can do that. And God has given us all the keys to be able to build in the right things to be able to do that. Today I've titled Waiting. Waiting. Don't we hate to wait? Man, we hate to wait. I got to tell you, when you go to the grocery store now, you got to stand in this line that's way back because everybody's 6 feet or more apart. And you're like, there's an open register right up there. Somebody get in there. We hate waiting, don't we? Well, I'm going to talk about it a little bit different today. But first, let's do our accountability. Yesterday's verse was, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. Then you will learn God's will for you. And I think we all want to know God's will, which is good and pleasing and perfect. So if you wrote it down, put a thumbs up. If you posted it somewhere where you can see it, give me one of those fist bumps. And if you memorize it, then give me one of those muscle emojis. All right, let's move forward today. Today, the verse is one of my favorites of all time. It is Isaiah 40:31. Isaiah 40:31. It says, but those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Waiting is something we don't like. But when it comes to the Lord, that's where we find strength. That's where we find strength. And so I want to talk about this concept of waiting for a second, because it's talking about waiting in the presence of the Lord. Not waiting for the presence of the Lord, but waiting in the presence of the Lord. So this is when we find that sweet spot where we're with Him, and man, we already memorized the verse, be still and know that I am God. This is the same concept. It's the same concept. We need to be still and know that He is God. That's waiting in His presence. And I know it's not always easy to get into His presence. How do we get into His presence? Well, one of the great ways is through speaking, through worshiping Him. But so many of us have a hard time starting there, so we start with music. Find a great worship song that you can put on that's going to bring you into that place where you can settle down, and now I can be still and enjoy the presence of the Lord. Now, my dog is having trouble waiting on me right now. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about how you can find a place to wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Are you weak? Are you weary? The answer is not more sleep. It's not more money. It's not more hobbies. It's more of the Lord. As we wait on the Lord, He renews our strength. And it's hard because we'll only be strengthened to the point of our focus on Him. And it shouldn't be something that's super difficult. Once we're in His presence, it should be pretty easy. So the problem that we run into is the distractions all around us. The amount of distractions that we allow in will short circuit our ability to gain strength. So you got to eliminate distractions. And you're like, Pastor Dan, I can't do that. I got kids all over the house. I got other people in the house. How am I going to do that? That's why so many people get up before everyone else in the house, so they can have that quiet time being strengthened by the Lord. So that's it. Isaiah 40:31. Write it, post it, memorize it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Share this on your page and let other people know what God's doing in your life.